Welcome to the Chop Team. I'm your host, Seth the Dart Child.
I'm your host, twinsinc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our Barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. Welcome back. What's going on, good people? It's your boy twinsinc with
Seth the Dart Child.
He's back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He had a little 2-week hiatus, but life goes on.
Was it 2 weeks?
About 2 weeks. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks since we had a live recording.
Oh, man.
But, when you work hard and work smart, we have content in the clip. So we have stuff still rolling. Even though we haven't did a live show in the last 2 weeks, we still have shows being put out every Monday morning at 7 a.m. on podcast. Podcasts, of course, but YouTube, Apple Music, iHeart, Spotify, all the major ones. So we there. So if you tune in to the Chop Team, we appreciate you. Mm-hmm. Seth, how you been, brother?
Oh, man. I've been great. The last couple weeks have been less than stellar.
Less than stellar? What's going on with that? What you mean by that?
Well, I had to paint my house, and that didn't work the way I saw it going in my mind exactly.
Oh, okay.
No.
You know what? I remember that. You told me that.
Yeah. And, just had some family things to deal with because it is what it is. It's how we roll right now.
But we here now, right?
Hey, I'm committed.
All
Until
right.
next weekend, not just playing.
Until next weekend. Oh, Lord. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you see the title here. What has Joe Biden done for us? Them first 100 days went pretty quick.
Yeah, us meaning black people.
Okay.
Specifically.
Talk to them.
Not Americans. But yeah, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Oh, no, that was just it. What has Joe Biden done for us? Because remember, it wasn't too long ago, and we talked about this, we had people in place that was trying to get something established for the black community as a whole. Not just one group, for whole. Everyone. So if you black, brown, African American, whatever, you was in this plan, and it was from one of our musical geniuses by the name of Ice Cube.
O'Shea Jackson. That's the guy. Yeah.
The full government, put it out there. If you don't know his real name, but everybody knows him as Ice Cube, right? But Mr. Jackson, not Curtis Jackson, but Mr. Jackson. But anyway, but not Jan Jackson if you're nasty. But anyway, I'm sorry I had to say that. Bars, y'all, bars. But anyway. He had a contract for Black America that within the first 100 days, it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. Everything he had put together wasn't something that was going to be approved or done with first 100 days. But what they tell you when you talk to a female, right? Mm-hmm. You shoot your shot. You just keep shooting your shot. She'll say no, but eventually someone will say yeah, right?
AKA Lizzo and Chris Evans.
Facts. Shoot your shot. Worst he can say is no.
Just shoot it.
He didn't turn down bad. He ain't roast her. He didn't do nothing bad. Matter of fact, she was the one that posted the videos. But back on topic.
Yeah, because I want to say something about that later.
We'll get to that. But he had a whole list of things that would have helped and benefit the black community as a whole, right? And as we all know, Mr. Biden won the election because of who votes.
Ours, or I'll give it to our sisters, black women specifically, but black people holistically. Yeah. We showed up for them.
We showed up for them.
Especially in Georgia.
Yeah. We've been, red forever?
No, just red for 20, 30 years.
Okay, I'm 30-something. That's still forever for me. I've only been in Georgia for 12 years, so that's my whole life being in Georgia, been red.
Yeah, I think we might have went blue for Clinton.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's still before I got here. But now it went blue, right? And once again, we as Joe, what we was trying to get Joe to do is put a little pressure on him that, hey, because the black women in the black community is behind you to put you in office for a different change, what can we get in return for joining you? And this was an argument that Seth, this was a conversation that me and Seth the Dark Child had about, It's a conversation we had about people voting based on the emotion, right? Not logical, but we got to get Trump out. We got to get him out. He's this, he's that. We just got to get him out. He's horrible. He's this, he's that. So a lot of people just voted just on emotion. So you got a lot of black people just on the emotion. and you got all the black women. So, you understand what I'm saying?
And I just want to add.
Go ahead.
Just as a reminder, I said this months ago, last year, whatever, that while you might not like the Orange Man, the promises he made prior to being elected on the campaign trail, you might not like him, but he actually did attempt, for better or for worse, to do what he said he would do on the campaign trail. The promises that came out of his mouth, like limiting immigration, putting up the border wall, removing America from the Paris climate program, the Iran nuclear deal, everything that he said he was going to do during the election, he actually tried. Whether or not he was successful, I don't care. He tried.
Facts.
Now, and the reason I'm upset about that is because Joe Biden specifically said to the Black Caucus, I don't want to say anything specific for black people until after the election. He didn't want to make a campaign promise that he would have to keep until after he was elected. So right now we got him sitting in office, and there are no promises to us that he's sitting on that we are waiting for him to deliver. He didn't offer us nothing. Y'all just asked us, what did he tell Charlemagne the God? If you not, go ahead. if you not don't vote for me, you ain't black.
The ultimate disrespect to all of our faces, and we took it like, oh, it's okay. Mm-hmm. Trump said and did other things worse than that, but does it make it right?
No. Once again, I'm not the Orange Man supporter at all. But honestly, no promises made. And it's been over 100 days. So if you think that it's going to get better, good luck with that. He might throw us a bone somewhere around year 3.5 when he's trying to get reelected. He'll be back. Even Kamala Harris stopping at the restaurant in Georgia to eat some collard greens. We might get her to eat some more collard greens in 3.5 years. Maybe 3 years, 9 months. What you think about that?
Sounds about right. It sounds about right, And listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to try to place any blame, but I'm going to give some examples of some blame. Did that make sense? Did it make a little sense? I don't know.
I'm not going to pass any blame.
I'm not going to pass any blame, but I do have some examples of some blames. Okay. However you want, chop it up. This is the chop team. We're going to chop some things up.
Do you want me to help you unpack it as you go?
Yeah, definitely. Right? Anytime you feel you need to tap in, go ahead and say your part, right?
Okay. I'll say pause, and then I'll jump in.
All right. Okay. So, once again, we had a contract for Black America, right? Mm-hmm. Where Ice Cube was posting all that XYZ, which is wonderful, great plan. Still a great plan now if you look at it now. A lot of great things that benefit everybody across the board.
Correct.
But there were a group of ladies who had a huge platform on one of the biggest local stations in America. Mm-hmm. Was it what station are they on? ABC?
No. It was
NBC.
Start with an F.
Oh,
not failure.
Fox Trucks. Oh, yeah. So one of the biggest local names in the world. Everybody know who Fox is, at least in America, right? Mm-hmm. So they had one of the biggest platform. It may not be the biggest platform, but as big as well known with the biggest brand backing them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, you on Fox? You on primetime? Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. And he went on their show, which is a show of a bunch of minority people, black women. Well, on this show, it's all women. Because on not saying it's Fox, it's called Fox Soul. So they have a lot of black people. But
let's any brothers watching that show are either
simps.
No. I was going to say homosexuals.
Oh, okay.
Or trolls.
Okay.
There are no straight black males watching that show. Anyone watching is either trolling or is sexually challenged.
Okay, that makes sense. So, with that being said, he went on the platform to kind of promote. He went on multiple platforms. So, this is not just the one show he went on. Ice Cube went on multiple platforms. But we in America and we African Americans don't understand the power that we do have, right? So he comes on the one show, which is the Foxhole with Ladies, and they was going through the whole dialogue of the contract, which I read it multiple times. But when they looked at it, the one thing that stuck out in their minds is what's in it for black women.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I know what's in it for black women. We're going to get some oxtails and collard greens in every pot. There will be cornbread on every table. And all the black men will shut the hell up and do exactly what we want them to do. Hit the button again.
that happened. But listen, he went on the show and they pulled out something out of thin air because the only thing on the contract that he had, it did not say in detail black women, XYZ. He said black people, and black people was for everybody in the group. He didn't make any exemption for black men, black women, transsexuals, gays, none of that. He said black people, period. So everyone can benefit off this agreement for a contract for America. So the crazy part is that it was black women who led the race, led the run. What's the black lady's name here in Georgia?
Stacey Abrams.
She was one of the biggest cheerleaders, and I like her too. I vote for her too. Ain't nothing wrong with her.
She delivered Georgia.
Yeah, definitely. She did her part. So this not a shot at any woman. She did her part. But we have all the women coming out everywhere supporting doing this and leading the fight to get Biden elected, which is cool. Not a problem. But we did not ask for nothing in return. And
here's the thing about the Ice Cube thing, contract with America. He said, while there's been some argument on whether or not this is true, he said specifically that the Biden campaign told him again, as they've been telling us the whole time, wait until after the election, and then we'll sit down and discuss this contract with America. The reason that I want to bring that up, because a few months ago, Ice Cube was on another podcast or show when he stated at that point, the Biden administration still had not reached out to him after the election to set up a meeting to discuss the contract.
Right.
So did they ever have any intention of discussing it? You know what I'm saying? Was it ever their plan to listen to something specifically for black people? And it's looking like a hard no, in my opinion. So, one other thing that I wanted to point out. Now, this goes all the way back to Barack Obama. Barack Obama said during his, his years in office, that he couldn't specifically do anything for black people. That would be un-American to do something specifically for one ethnic demographic. He said this.
Oh, wow.
I bring that up to point out one thing that the Biden administration just did. Did you see the Asian hate bill that was just passed to stop Asian hate crimes, or the law against Asian hate crimes? It was specific for Asian Pacific peoples. So Chinese, Asian, whatever. But you couldn't do something specific for African Americans, but you could do it for Pacific Asians. All right? Think about that for a moment. And I'll just say at the top of the map, up around Alaska, Russia actually hits the Pacific Ocean for only a couple miles. I'm not sure how many miles of coastline are on the Pacific. So technically at this point, Joe Biden has done more for Russians than he's done for Americans, for African Americans. Let that soak in for a moment before you start talking all this other stuff. We refuse to hold their feet to the fire. They've told us they couldn't do something specifically for us. No reparations. No fixing the schools in the African American neighborhoods to bring them up to par because you couldn't do something for a specific demographic, and then you turn right around, you let a couple of Asian people have some problems in the street, and all of a sudden they can get a law passed in less than, what was it? How many days he been in office?
I say about, it's what, 3 months, 4 months now? We're May.
So about 100?
Yeah.
The same 100. Black people haven't gotten anything in hundreds of years. They got something in 100 days.
And let's be clear here. You know what I'm saying? Condolences to the families who lost her here, because we're in Atlanta, Georgia. Lost her in Atlanta, Georgia, of those shootings, right? Mm-hmm. What about 5 people, right? About, right?
In what time frame? Because
that's
like a week,
right?
Okay.
I think it was a day or so, whatever it happened, right?
Okay.
5 Asians.
Mm-hmm.
So we see all the Stop Asian Hate, which I understand correctly, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we've been getting shot and killed hundreds of times, monthly, daily, weekly, and there has still nothing for Stop Black Hate.
No, nothing.
And like you said, and the law got passed just for those 5 ethnic, for that five Asians, for them, they got a law passed like that. Biden, Barack, listen, Trump, one thing they could have done, and everybody would be happy, outside of reparations, right? Forget that part for a minute.
Okay.
If they'd have fixed the legal system, just overall, the whole legal system from the top, from the police officer, the judge, all that. If they can fix that, that would make a lot of people happy. They can do that. They couldn't even do that. And it's a big deal because outside of the regular crime, people getting shot and killed, we getting killed by the police officers like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to change the narrative or change the conversation, but once again, on last Wednesday or the Wednesday before, the dude got guilty on 3 charges. But less than 5 hours, we see another black girl, 16 years old, get shot and killed, right? Mm-hmm. I get it. Here's the argument everybody's having. Well, she had a knife in her hand and all this. I agree. She did. I understand, right? Mm-hmm. Not a problem. I'm not arguing that. The only problem that I have is this. Listen, we have mass shooters who went out to public places, killed people, shot cops all over the United States, and they get taken to jail peacefully. No scratches. Mm-hmm. So when the cops say they fear for their life, how you don't fear your life for a man who's committed a crime of doing a mass shooting, but you're able to apprehend him with no problem, right? That's the only argument that I had. Daniel Roof got took in the Burger King before he went to jail.
Yeah, even this Asian shooter was apprehended with no problem.
And I get it. And everybody's saying, well, they complied. They complied.
Oh, wow. Do we really want to go on that? What about the little kid in Chicago who put his hands up and got shot?
Yeah.
It looked a lot like compliance to me.
Yeah. The kid got shot, and then we get people getting executed. So once again, Biden, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What about the cop? This is recent too.
I know.
The cop that got drugged by the guy in the car. So he got in the car, he put the car in drive, and the police was hanging from the car, and he got drugged for about 30 or 40 feet. I just saw this week. And he didn't get killed. He didn't get shot. He's still alive. They apprehended him. But on the other hand, you had, what was that black guy who turned around and walked back to the driver's side of the car and got shot in the back 5 times?
7 times?
7?
Yeah, 7 times paralyzed. 7 times. Yeah, because here's the argument. They didn't comply. And I get it. And also, we'll come back to the topic, but
See,
but it's
this is a problem being black in America.
It is. But here's the problem was,
layered.
I believe he was the guy who got shot in the back multiple times. He was breaking up a fight, and I think it was between 2 women, if I'm correct. But he was breaking a fight. If it wasn't 2 women, but it was man and woman, whatever, he was breaking a fight up, and he had kids in the car. So when the cops got there, he was leaving, but they saw him as a threat, and they shot him 7 times in the back.
Wow.
Mind you, his back was turned. He was walking away. Granted, should he listen and stop until XYZ? Yeah, he did. But once again, I've seen worse things happen. You can go to YouTube right now and search cop, police, and encounters, and you can see the complexion is not as dark as it is on YouTube, and they get arrested, handcuffed, and just taken to jail like, oh.
See, I haven't researched this story, but I just read a story of a guy who was already handcuffed, and he got shot 27 times. So cops shot him like 27 times. Or what about the black kid who had the white girlfriend? I think this was in Tennessee. The mom called the cops.
She went to the school and shot and
in the
killed
bathroom with no body cams on or nothing. in the bathroom. He ended up dead. I guess the cops ended up, not dead. So, bruh.
Right, but also, you know what? And we'll come back to Joe Biden for a second here, real quick. Last thing.
Yeah, last thing. We could stay here all day.
I know, right? Somebody posted a story on TikTok saying that cops who turn off their camera should automatically be charged or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then someone said, why is there even an option to turn off the camera in the first place?
Fair enough.
They should have cameras on all the time. I don't care if they talk on the phone. The wife, the girlfriend, side chick, whoever. Listen, we need all that audio. Because that means during that time frame, you be working in accordance. Of course, when it comes to the legal part, they can mute that part, cut that part out. But we need to see everything from beginning into the end and not chopped up.
Yeah, no. A, you shouldn't be able to turn off your body cam. B, this built-in delay that you can wait to release the body cam till you feel like it's socially safe to do so, that got to go away.
Yeah.
So
because they proved it. Because when the girl got shot, right, in Ohio, they pushed it out. They pushed it out quick as ever, right? Because they feel it's a shoo-in. Oh, it's the easy one. She had a knife. She didn't comply. He shot her. So this is not one of the cases. But when his other cases were kind of shaky, what they do? Oh, it's not ready to be put out yet.
We got to complete the investigation. We got to protect innocent bystanders. What the deuce?
Right.
Yeah.
So, everything we're saying still comes back to Mr. Joe Biden. What have you done for us, for the black community? You can easy. I know you can't change it all, but you can get the ball rolling for the legal system, the justice system. You can get it started for the schools, education, all this stuff. Go ahead, Seth.
See, I want to argue with you about that a little bit.
Go ahead.
Because I agree with you, but I don't care about that.
What you care about?
I do, because fixing the legal system fixes it for everybody. Here's what I saw. He signed a minimum. He's trying to push a law for a $15 minimum wage. That's supposed to help black people. No, it doesn't. It helps Americans. I didn't say I want you to hate America, but raising the minimum wage, there are more white people who will benefit from a $15 minimum wage than black people. There are more Hispanics, because there are just more of them, who will benefit from a $15 minimum wage than black people.
Well, my thing is this. If they do that $15 minimum wage, then, okay, cool. Everybody gets $15 minimum wage. But everybody who's been working, they get that also this $15 bump up. I think it ain't going to happen, but it sounds good.
No. And I like the idea. Once again, that's not an argument against it. The point being is that's for America.
True.
He wants to fix the lending laws and stuff like that for home ownership and stuff. Cool. I'm not arguing with that. Problem is, there are more white people who will benefit from that than black people. There are more Asians who will benefit from not more Asians because it's not more of them here, but there are more Hispanic people who will benefit from him fixing the banking laws. Getting racism out of banking actually will help Asians and Hispanics and some poor white people just as much as it'll help us. I'm not saying it's not. What are you doing for us? Show me some tangibles. I need something that says if black people are shot by the police, that cop immediately loses his job. There's no more argument in all this. He's fired. I need you to say that if an African... Wait, one more.
No. So,
okay.
So, scratch that last thing you said.
Okay.
Automatically fired. Yeah, that's part of it. Fire's good, but no, I need automatically charges pressed. I need a felony. I need a record. Because we be so happy when somebody get fired. Oh, yeah, he's fired, yes. For what? All you're going to do is go to the next district and still be a police officer in the next district. That's all. They take care of each other. Which I have a problem with that. Everyone should take care of each other. If blue take care of each other, black, white, everybody should take care of each other. I get that part. But once you are guilty of shooting somebody innocent and being fired, if they have to fire you, you should automatically get a felony on your record. I don't care. Like, if you get caught stealing at work, you know what I'm saying, you get charges. You do something that you shouldn't, like you steal money or whatever, you get charged. You go to court, whatever, right? So if you're a cop and you kill somebody and your job fires you, as soon as your job fires you, they see you as unacceptable performance. So felony right away. So you can't get a job.
Fair enough. Once again, that's why I would like to go back to Ice Cube's contract with Black America.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, I'm not gonna stand here and act like I know this topic back and forth better than professionals. My point is that when you say like reparations would be for Black people, whether you support it or not. It would be for Black people because America did something specifically to Black people.
Right.
They didn't do this to Irish people. They didn't do this to the Asian people. They didn't do this to the Hispanic people. You did it to Black people.
But whoever
it's that.
But it's facts though. When they do this to other people, they get their reparation.
Oh, they once again the Asians, the Jews. I mean look what we did for Jews. We can argue this crap all day long, but when it came after World War II, after what the Nazis did to the Jewish people, the whole world, with America at the forefront, created the Israel state. They went to the Middle East and gave the Israelis a country. They're still battling for that and arguing. The Palestinians are still like, you pretty much stole our land to give it to somebody else. The world did that. America gives, I think it's $6 billion a year. It could be more. We gave them nuclear weapons. We literally gave Israel nuclear weapons. They didn't have the facilities or the capabilities of building nuclear weapons at that point. America gave it to them. We gave them a country, and we still, a large line item for our foreign aid is going straight to Israel. You're going to tell me that Black people can't even get a law to protect them? I'm tired of this minorities. Because every time you put minorities into something, Black people get thrown into the bucket. And every time you say minority, since for some magical reason you put white women in the same bucket as minorities, what the living freaking toast? Sorry, a little bit off.
but also to add to it, right? Also to it. So I gave you the first group, right, on Fox, right, as far as, not to place blame, but to give you an example of blame, right?
Okay.
There's another group out there that not blaming them, but I got some examples for you for blame, right? So the famous group, Black Lives Matter, right? They were a big advocate, right? As far as helping Biden push through to become president, right? Mm-hmm. And they were on the same page with Ice Cube because they also wanted a meeting with him, right?
Okay.
But for some reason, there was conversation of them kind of dissing Ice Cube, not very dissing, but like, well, he didn't talk to us, we ain't talk to him, whatever. So we all want the same thing, right? We all want to make a change for the Black community, but we want to meet with the president and get something done, right? Mm-hmm. So once again, they were the biggest cheerleaders, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, as far as pushing Biden to get in office. But then as soon as Biden in office in the first 100 days, he don't meet with them neither.
I'm hearing crickets from BLM. I mean, but you got to understand their leadership is buying $1 million houses, so maybe they got other things going on.
Right. That's where their focus at, right? New homes across the. I'm not getting into that, but it's there.
See how much stuff we don't want to. See how dirty this is. It's so dirty that if we went down any rabbit hole, like wow. It gets dark over there, and it's messy over there. Listen.
And guess what? Now we have nobody now that's out there that can keep Mr. President Joe Biden accountable for his actions. No one's keeping him accountable.
I thought the Black woman who was his vice president was gonna do that for us.
Yeah.
No,
that was just.
Oh, okay.
I mean, congratulations to being the first Black lady in office, but okay,
yeah,
cool.
Woo-hoo, yeah,
you're in there. What you gonna do with it? Nothing. But okay, cool. But you're in there. Cool. Listen, I'm happy for you. This goes back to a conversation that me and Seth, the Dutch y'all had, and me, Miss I Speak Life on the Real Deal, versus how you feel, talking about. So, you reach this certain level of education and power and status, right? Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do for your people? How are you being a vice president going to benefit? Right? the black community because and the reason I said it because you use your black community, you use your blackness to help get the votes. You use I went to this black college. I know how to do the Dougie. I know how to be cool. I got some Tim boots. You use all your blackness, right, to be cool.
She ate collard greens.
Use
delicious.
Use all the blackness you use to pull us in. Like, yeah, sister, you with us? Yeah, we pull you in. And then once you get in there, you're like, I don't know them. Now you turn uppity. Now I don't see racism in America.
Oh, my God. They are doing what to people of my complexion? I'll get right on that. I'll make a committee to research it.
What is the research? All you got to do is turn on the news and see every other day another black person getting shot and killed.
Yeah, but there are extenuating circumstances. They were not complying. They were arguing. They didn't keep their hands where I could see them. Listen,
it would be much higher if we don't. Let's not talk about the ones who don't get killed. Let's talk about the young black boy who was walking in his own neighborhood, and the lieutenant sergeant, whatever, was bare feet, bullying him, pushing him around, talking about, move before I move you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, granted, he didn't get killed, but the point I'm trying to make is like
he could have.
That right there, that's a prime example of hate crime. He should be automatically discharged from the Army.
Oh, he was. He's out.
Dishonored charge.
I don't know about that.
No, he need to be dishonored charge because if he discharge him, he get the leads and get all his benefits. No, I want all his shit gone. Okay. I don't want whatever Purple Heart, whatever you earn, that shit's gone. All the benefits you had, gone. Now you spent 20 plus years in the Army serving the country. Guess what? Gone. Now you got to start from scratch. High school, and good luck getting a job from there. Make it bare minimal because you felt entitled. But that right there was a prime example of a hate crime. Just because he was black. Mm-hmm. Now, if the boy did something, different story. But guess what? Nothing came out by him doing nothing. It was no reports of he was opening up doors, he was throwing rocks, he was doing something. He was just walking, him and his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a prime example of hate crime. But Joe, where is that?
Yeah. Has Joe even spoken out about any of these shootings or anything?
I don't expect him to, just like Trump didn't speak about it. So,
well, but once again, Trump. Wait, we knew Trump played for the other team. We didn't turn out at a 94%
That's true. Mm-hmm.
rate to vote for Donald Trump. See, here's my thought, and now we can get ready to wrap it on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I said this months ago, and I still say it. No political party in America respects black people. So Republican, Independent, Democrat, they don't respect us. If we've already chosen Democrats as our team, we need to make sure these jokers lose a couple of elections. You don't respect us as a voting bloc. The Asians, you obviously respect the Asians. The first thing you did in office was put up an Asian hate crime bill. That's huge for somebody who only really makes up supposedly 3 to 6% of the American population. That was some huge movement for 3 to 6% of a voting bloc that does tend to vote primarily 50-50 Democrat and Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Hispanics. You get 66% of the Hispanic vote. The other 33% is firmly around Republican. We've seen that in multiple elections. So 66% of the Hispanic vote, 2/3 is Democrat. Yeah, you trying to fix immigration. You're trying to get rid of the child separation. You're trying to get rid of the border wall. You went in for them. But 90% of the black people vote Democratic, and yet we are not even safe walking down the street. And the worst part is, even if we have video surveillance of this stuff, we did not know that Derek Chauvin would get found guilty. We didn't know. The only thing in my mind, in my heart, that says he was found guilty, the only reason was because you were afraid of us burning this mofo down and you hadn't finished paying for the first riots last summer. That's it. You just weren't prepared for the financial loss of what would happen had you said not guilty. But if his case was delayed for 2 years, if we had to wait till 2022 for this case, I'm pretty sure he will be found innocent. That's it.
Damn, that was heavy.
And once again, Joe, you've been in office. You not tweeting like Trump. I appreciate that. You not being on the news doing stupid stuff in front of the world like Trump, I appreciate that. But you not saying nothing as the president of the United States, yo, I don't appreciate that.
And you think about it. If you take away the tweeting, the embarrassment that Trump did,
it's hard. He pretty much ain't got nothing.
How can you tell who the difference between Biden and Trump is? How can you tell the difference? Just think about that. Take away his tweeting. Imagine he didn't tweet the whole time he was in office. He never tweeted. He never said anything stupid about anything. Right? Mm-hmm. Take those things away. How could you tell the difference between President Biden and President Trump? How could you tell?
I mean, well, see that gets into a brighter conversation in my opinion. Honestly, people don't realize this, but the people who supported Trump, if it wasn't for the tweeting and the general showing of ignorance on this man's part, this dude might have went down as a great president. He caused problems, but he still tried to do everything he said he was going to do. First off, do not take my statement to see support or admiration for this person. I don't like him. He is racist. But if he had not have verbally shown you his racism, just like a lot of CEOs of these companies and other people who run things that affect our lives, like the president of Chase Bank, if he hadn't put himself out to show his ignorance to the world, this dude might have went down in history, and not for being a buffoon. But that, and Joe Biden, once again, not Trump set a precedent. We can argue all we want. Trump changed the rules. If you think you can go back to being the quiet, run the country in solitude president and just keep making moves in the background, no, you can't do that. You dang sure can't do that your first 100 days. I need to see you fixing this, not just hope you're doing something, because I'm not seeing it. And you haven't done anything. Right now, you ain't did pretty much, you put out 60, what's them things called? Executive orders. Okay. He signed over 60 executive orders in the last 100 days, 24 of which were simply reversals of Donald Trump executive orders.
Right.
Okay. What laws have you passed so far? Besides of that Asian hate crime bill.
Right.
What are you doing, bruh? And once again, because I'm black, what are you doing for us? Because I'm not seeing jack. I'm sick of everybody benefiting. Anything you do to help black people has to include everybody, but they don't have to do what we do. They don't get shot by the police the way we do. They don't get incarcerated by police,
discriminated
in the legal system the way we do. I don't hear about Asians going through the bank financial issues the way black people do. And I'm not talking about being broke. I'm talking about literally not being able to get loans because he's black. It's a lot of things in this country that specifically affect black people. But if you fix it for minorities, everyone benefits from our ass whooping. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of you benefiting from the ass whooping we take as black people.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. That might have been a rant. Okay, I'm good.
Listen, I have nothing else to follow that. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, so all those people who was talking about Biden, you're kind of quiet right now. I don't hear you. And I'm speaking today. I'm speaking, period. I don't see all these pro-Biden tweets and IG posts and stories no more. I heard none of that. So you're the problem because you made a vote off of pure emotion, not logical.
Yeah, you sold this to us. And the people who support him, you sold it to us. I can't say he's worse than Trump, but you sold us to us, but you didn't actually say where the meat on the bone was. This looks like a old chicken bone with all the meat ripped off right now.
Right. And all the people were saying, well, it was better than the other guy. I can't tell right now.
Was it though? Was it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we out. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate everyone who tuned in live on the Chop Team on YouTube because we created a new channel for the Chop Team period altogether. So all the videos on the Chop Team will be exactly on YouTube, the Chop Team. Any questions, email, send email at Gmail, dachopteam@gmail. Follow us on Instagram as well at dachopteam as well. But we appreciate you. We do have another show coming up next. So if you're here and one's live tuning in, thanks for tuning in live. We're coming right back, and we out.
Peace.